has the love that's come Dil Bechara's way sunk in. It's one of the highest rated films on IMDb, most watched, 95 million people tuned in to watch it on day one.
Unreal. It's unfathomable. It's definitely not sunk in yet. Definitely not. Because when I watched the film, I watched it with those 95 million people at 7:30. I hadn't seen my own film. I hadn't seen the final cut, so I was overwhelmed once I watched it. Had to go up to my room and I shut my phone off for a day because it's just so emotional to see the film. And yeah, but I'm so grateful that people have liked the film.
Sanjana, lovely speaking to you. And has the love that's come Dil Bechara's way sunk in? It's one of the highest rated films on IMDb, most watched, 95 million people tuned in to watch it on day one.
Unreal. It's unfathomable. It's definitely not sunk in yet. Definitely not. Because when I watched the film, I watched it with those 95 million people at 7:30. I hadn't seen my own film. I hadn't seen the final cut, so I was overwhelmed once I watched it. Had to go up to my room and I shut my phone off for a day because it's just so emotional to see the film. And yeah, but I'm so grateful that people have liked the film.
But were you anticipating this response, expecting it? Because it's also come at a very, very emotional moment.
It has. There's no way I think that we can anticipate such a massive hug from the audiences. I mean, this is like they're enveloping you into their arms. There's no way that one can sort of look at that. But you can tell when a film touches and tugs at people's hearts as a piece of art. And that power is like, anyone who's called me, they're like, we cried and we laughed and we cried and we rejoiced. And for me, I mean, that's why I wanted to become an artist, so that we can directly reach into the hearts of the people and get right in there. So that makes me feel really special. Finally, it feels worth it, everything.
And Kizzy has been getting a lot of love too, a whole lot of love for your portrayal of Kizzy.
Yeah. Kizzy she's become a person of her own. It's like she's taken momentum way over me, and I am, there's like caricatures, there's fan art, there's fan mails. People are writing to me being like, because you wrote to Abhimanyu Veer, we're writing to you. I've gotten thousands of emails. But that's her, right? Kizzy is what everyone, I think, in the pandemic wants to be. She's resilient. She's hopeful. She has love to give. And I just think that she's that ideal person. Like when I played her, I was so inspired by her that I think she's inspiring people in different ways right now.
And also, I mean, coming to Sushant, your co-star, all that happened was just so, so tragic. And especially for you, who knew it would have been his last film?
Yeah, it's just been, after the film, it's been harder to, I tried to become courageous over the last 2-3 days before the film. And I was talking about our film. I was trying to, in as cheerful a way, to share some anecdotes, but it just wasn't coming naturally. I was forcing myself to, because I knew I had to keep it together. But since the film, that's why I took 3 days to even have this conversation, because it's not easy to talk about.
I totally understand, but you did say something that you both bonded over books and samosas.
Yeah. It's just lots of other things also, but I think books and of course a passion for performing, the first and foremost. But him and I, we approach characters in a very similar way. I think it's because we're both academic. So you start approaching a story or a script with that same structure as well. So that just used to really, like our readings used to be very easy and our workshops used to be very easy, because both the scripts would look like tattered old textbooks, literally. When you're a nerd and you've like used markers and post-its. So that just, it was like we're the same, very similar people in our approach to the craft, which is what bridged that gap between how experienced and senior he was and how new I was. It never felt like that. So, but samosas, chai were the were the release, and dancing was the release, because I mean it's a very emotional film. So it was to play that and to be there for a year, you know, mentally and emotionally, just takes a toll. So
And it has an interesting message. Though your life might be short, but if you've lived it to the fullest, that's what counts. And I think maybe Sushant,
absolutely,
I mean, ironically, has done that.
yeah. I mean, in the most, I mean, this is not the irony that I would ever, you know, want, but he definitely symbolizes every single message that our film has, which is that it's about how you live your life much more than how long you live your life for. It's about the compassion you show in the small or whatever time that you are alive, and it's about giving love, and that's all that Kizzy and Manny do. They just have so much love to give, and I could never have imagined that the audiences would give that much and more back to them, you know. But yeah, they're I mean, we were obsessed. You know, when you read a character, instantly I remember Shuprotim, who's written our screenplay, Shashank Khaitan, who's written dialogues. We were just like, these are the sweetest people in the world. They're innocent and they're spunky and they're real, you know. There's nothing that's cinematically added to them. So playing them was that much more fun, because we just had to rid ourselves of all inhibition. I had, like, Sanjana is far more put together than Kizzy. Kizzy is just that girl who puts on her denim jacket, takes Pushpinder, puts on her pipe, and takes on the world, you know? So that was very liberating.
You know, something so interesting, you just said that Sanjana is all put together, and you're in an industry where you have to put yourself together, because
I mean,
sometimes
relatively to Kizzy, I am not that put together as I should be, I've been told.
but you
Yeah.
know, the thing is, yeah, I know, I remember. I mean, but you know, you're in an industry where you have to portray a certain image of yourself, and it's not a very forgiving place. You're seeing the toxicity around us. What is your take as someone who's new, who's just starting her journey? Does this frighten you? The kind of talk that's happening, the online abuse that's happening?
It's been breaking my heart, like, piece by piece. It just, I've only entered this world because I want to tell many more stories, like the story of Kizzy and Manny. There's no other intention with which I've entered this world of cinema, you know. And I come from a background of very humble values that mom and dad have given me. I went to Lady Shri Ram College. I'm very rigorous academic environment there, and so I came in with the hope of that same simplicity, that we'll create art and then audiences will enjoy that art, and that will be the symbiotic relationship. But to see that there's so much more to it, I just consider that the noise, honestly. It's noise that I just need to tune out to be able to tell more stories. And the fact that people have fallen in love with Manny and Kizzy reinstates that if you're passionate about the craft, that comes through. So that's been encouraging, but that's come very late in the day. I had to really go through and remain resilient through a lot to be able to feel this feeling.
I'm sure, because yeah, I mean, it was there for all to see, because when you put up your emotional post, you know, the thing is, anyone who puts up anything, they're being trolled.
It's
Nobody.
really heartbreaking, and now that people see the film, they can see the work, right? They can see how two actors were just out there trying to tell a story, and it breaks your heart to see that so much is said and written for no reason whatsoever. I used to hear about these things growing up because I'm a student of journalism, so I've heard that things are written, things are said, but I didn't think that one would get to experience it so early on.
Yes, and it's very disconcerting, because we've been talking about mental health. But what's happening is they don't realize you're putting people through the same thing that you're charging people
Exactly.
about.
It that's I've been like, this is exactly what was the issue, and now you're subjecting someone else exactly to that. So how are we claiming to be compassionate, or how are we claiming to be, how is this respect, you know, to anybody? To so But I think maybe the pandemic has a lot to do with it. I've been wondering, you know, things have stalled. I'm just 23. I have friends who've just entered the workforce in different professional capacities. I can sense their frustration. I can sense careers, their pace of careers having stalled, and that's bound to bring, I can imagine that for the entire youth of our country. So I can tell that people are frustrated from inside. I just wish that we channeled it differently. I see it getting channeled on social media, I think, in the form of toxicity a lot. But then there'll come a piece of art that saves lives. I truly
Totally.
to believe that. I wrote to Rahman sir as well. I mean, for me, the day the album dropped, I learned how art saves lives, because Khul Ke Jeene Ka made me, I finally felt like 10 bricks are lifted off my chest. You know, you just sit back and listen to a song, and that's what art is supposed to do.
So I agree with that. And you put up a post when you were leaving Mumbai. Everybody was writing that Sanjana Sanghi is all set to quit Bollywood. Can you just just explain that to us? Because that was the noise.
I don't know where that came from, but I know that it's my mistake.
We'll meet again.
I know, but I clarified it soon after, because I realized that this heart on my sleeve habit that I have needs to maybe take a backseat, because I am, because I'm an artist and I've done journalism. I look at things in a very romanticized, like everything is a poem in my head. So when I've been in Delhi since the beginning of lockdown. I went to Bombay for a day, and I went for the first time in the pandemic, and those streets were so quiet and so sunsan that it really affected me in that way. So I expressed that, and then that got blown out of proportion. And then I regretted it, because flying out of Bombay became bidding adieu to Bollywood. And I was like, no. My dad showed me the newspaper and he was like, what have you said, beta? And I was like, Dad, I will keep my thoughts to myself in the future.
I swear, you need to speak up, but sometimes you never know how things get misconstrued. But you've been doing films. Rockstar, I still remember. Any memories of that? And now from Dil Bechara, how has Sanjana Sanghi changed?
I mean, Sanjana Sanghi grew up. That's been my entire 10 years of my life. I was just 13 then, and I'm 23 now. So school happened and university happened in the middle. But Rockstar was my first interaction with cinema. I mean, I was a child of the performing arts. Before that, I've been a dancer since I was 6. So that's how I was always on stage. That's how Mukesh Chhabra saw me in modern school, in fact. And he was looking for a Kashmiri looking girl for Mandy. And my theater teacher in school was like, maybe you should audition Sanjana. And I auditioned, didn't know what the word meant. And next day I was in Dharamshala with Ranveer and Imtiaz, and Ranveer sitting there as Jordan. And it was the whole... And Rockstar made me realize that there was no discomfort with the camera, There was this instant when you're 13, when you're a baby, and if you're comfortable then in front of 300 people, in front of a camera, that means something. So Imtiaz sir and Ranveer always told me that growing up, but they saw me going down this deeply academic path. I was a debater. They wondered if I would ever do films full time, but I couldn't keep away from sets. I did ad after ad. Whatever small part I would get, I would do, because it would give me a break away from, the regular academic life. So and I think all of that has added up to becoming capable of being on Dil Bechara's set.
Yes.
Because if I hadn't trained in those small little ways, both technically, stamina-wise, I don't think I could have been resilient enough to go through Dil Bechara. Because I had to maintain that emotional peak for a very long period of time through this film. So I think it all added up, hopefully.
And the common factor between you and Sushant being both toppers in their respected fields. Any anecdotes you want to share? Any fun moments? Like I used to call
this is the most special moment that I don't think I realized I forgot to share it, that it was our first reading in Mukesh sir's office of Sushant and I together. And I had been preparing for Kizzy, learning Bengali, spending time at the cancer support groups. But I never felt like Kizzy till I mouthed those dialogues with Sushant, because when ADs do it, you're just internalizing the script, but you don't feel like Kizzy. So it was the first time that we were reading together, and 3 hours into the reading, I got a call from my father saying we've just got a letter home that from Lady Shriram telling us you become a gold medalist at Delhi University. And I started screeching, and Sushant was right next to me, and Mukesh sir was right next to me, and they were ecstatic. I mean, I remember that day and the entire office. We cut a cake. Sushant got champagne. He got a flower. He was just so happy that day. And so I got to know that I have become a gold medalist at university right by his side at our first reading. That's just one of my most special memories.
Awesome. And your favorite scene from the film? I know there are many. Each
Oh my God.
scene, I mean, everybody howled because it seemed to have a message, you know, and also everybody was, I think that was the closure we all needed after what, you know, and it's nice. I mean, it was nice to see him perform, but I think
Of course.
was closure. It was closure also. For
No,
me.
definitely.
But your most favorite scene? I know there were many, but your most favorite scene?
So for me, it's like we shot two different films because one part, like you saw of our film, is it's so comedic. You know, the first 30, 40 minutes, it's just one comedy scene after another. And then there are the really heavy, emotional, romantic scenes. So in my head, it's two different films almost. But that there's this dining table scene with Sushant, Ma and Baba and Kizzy. It was such a blast because when Sushant and Swastika and Shashwatoda are performing together, it's like it's an artistic high at another level because the timing, the improvisations, the nook choke, those small moments that they create that weren't there on paper, and that just lifts you up as an artist. You know, all I had to be was be there, be open, and my performance kept going up because of them. And it's just one of the funniest scenes ke salt kam hai, and like you know, and Sushant and Swastika and me and Sushant, it's just, I remember Mukesh sir was also very proud of that scene because it was all four of us. There was lots of cross dialogues, so we were nervous, but when we got it right, we were really happy.
Awesome. No, and it shows the kind of love the movie is still receiving. Some, like, it took me like time to watch it. I've watched it in installments because
Really?
I could not, because the first one was very heavy for me, and after what all has happened, it's a little difficult to watch. But anyways, since you're all set to, you know, it's now the industry is open, which is the one change you want to see? I know there are tabloids, there are those blind items culture, hopefully should stop. What is that one change you want to see?
Exactly that. It's exactly that. Because that's it, you know, I feel we as the audiences, and I'm as much a part of the audience, we are receivers of what we, right? So you give us blind items, you perpetuate false news time after time. A lie, when told many times, becomes the truth. And I've experienced that, and it's broken my heart. And the fact that it still is a taint that I've got more than enough love, and that's all I am looking at. But just the fact that still exists, it breaks my heart because earnest and honest artists deserve better. It's just as simple as that. You don't want to create a culture where you drive out people who worked all their lives to give you good films or good cinema. And I've been a student of journalism. I've interned at many reputed houses, and I know that we can do better. I trust that we can do better, you know? So just that to start with.
Thank you so much, Sanjana. How has the lockdown been for you, and what can we expect next?
Lockdown now seems like because too much has happened, especially the last month feels like a year for me. But before June 14th, lockdown was a different world. It was a time of finding my center after doing such a emotionally demanding, physically demanding film. Being home in Delhi made me get in touch with myself. You know, I was just a young college graduate when I became Kizzy, and then suddenly I was this 23-year-old woman who was an independent adult, and I didn't know who Sanjana is when you take college away from her and when you take Dil Bechara away from her. So finding that has been interesting, seeing how much I've learned, how much I've grown. and felt artistically very fulfilled actually, because I felt like I have a lot to give. After I finished Dil Bechara, I didn't want to break. Actually, I felt like I've reached this high where I just want to give more. But the fact that the pandemic happened is a jolt. So
Pandemic, and what happened is, like, sometimes one wishes that it was just a nightmare that we'll wake up from, but well, that's the reality of life. But as they say, those who die young never grow old. So he's always there in his work,
absolutely,
the kind of work that he's given us. And I mean, must have been very tiresome for all of you, I mean, emotionally, to deal with all this. But anyways, Dil Bechara, the love is coming. People have embraced it. I just hope it is the change that we all want to see, because at the end of the day, it's the audience which counts. So if there's a whole lot of talk, stand by your talent and, support them.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And do you sometimes get bogged down by this whole inside-outsider debate, or you're not concerned with it?
I'm not concerned. It's just that for me, the only inside I want to be is inside films. And as long as I get to be inside films, there's no other inside I want to be in.
Absolutely. Well, all the best. Yeah. All the very best.
Thank you. So nice talking to you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.